I'm Judy Shaw for NYSE Floor Talk. Joining me today is Castleigh Johnson. He is founder and CEO at My Home Pathway. Castleigh, it's wonderful to have you here. Thanks for joining me today.
Oh, thank you guys for having us. Great to be here and looking forward to having this conversation.
Oh, me too. But before we do that, just a quick note to our viewers. This interview is for informational purposes only. The NYSE doesn't recommend any investments or investment strategies. All right, so Castleigh, tell me about My Home Pathway and your inspiration to start the company.
So My Home Pathway is a technology-driven platform that helps consumers and lenders to make sure that there's more opportunity for equitable home ownership. And so right now there's tons of folks that want home ownership and can't quite get there. And so we become that solution that partner with innovative financial companies and say, hey, for those folks that can't meet your standards, send them to us. We'll help them to get to the underwriting requirements that you need, and then we'll get them approved and get them into home ownership.
Okay, so tell me, who do you work with?
So we work with institutions like Self-Lender, Susu Rent, a couple of home lending experts, and we're in some pretty good conversations with a couple of large originators. Can't quite name them yet because we haven't closed those deals, but think of some of the larger bank originators and non-bank originators in the country, and those are the organizations that we'll be partnering with shortly.
All right, so Castleigh, talk to me about the trends you're seeing in home ownership.
So it's interesting you bring that up. We was talking to some pretty interesting folks yesterday around kind of what we're seeing in the market. Obviously, the interest rates have been up and down, so there's kind of, again, adjusting some of the demand in the market. But then there's historic lows right now in terms of listings and active listings on the market and new listings. So there's pent up demand, but there's not enough inventory. So you're still seeing prices staying a bit elevated. So that's kind of controlling a bit of the affordability still in the market. So that, kind of driving down a little bit of the volume that you'd like to see in the lender market. And so people are still kind of sitting on the fence to see, are interest rates going to come down with now the Fed's concern around inflation and various monetary policies. So if it does come down, people are kind of baiting and switching on that. Like, do I wait to go into homeownership now or wait another 3-4 months when the Fed drops interest rates down? And so there are not enough listings really to kind of drive that correction that people have been talking about, that 5 to 10, 15% correction in home prices, because during the pandemic, prices jumped 20 to 25%. So it's kind of put people in this really weird space of like, do I still jump in or do I wait and time the market a little bit?
Okay, so tell me, what's next for you and the company?
So we're currently in fundraising mode. So we're raising about $3 to $5 million to really progress our company and push us forward, get the right team members on board, the right senior executives, and close some of those strategic partnerships that I'd mentioned. So that's kind of our priority over the next 3 to 6 months. So we're looking for great investors, strategic partners, and those that really want to make homeownership equitable in this country.
All right, Castleigh, wonderful to talk with you. Thanks for joining me in Floor Talk today.
Thank you for the opportunity and appreciate the conversation.